We're in the divisional round of the playoffs, taking on a very familiar opponent in the Houston Texans, a team that we beat in Week 18 in pretty convincing fashion. Now, I will say, you do have that 44-20 score, but you do have some interceptions on offense. Our offense has been far from perfect, but we've kind of had that in our Super Bowl runs lately, so not too concerning, but if you find the team that can actually beat this defense, which our defense has absolutely been carrying us, and we have one of those bad games again, any team really could give us a run for our money and potentially end history. Obviously, we did not have a player of the week because we did not play, but maybe the Houston Texans did, maybe something like that, but no, it's not going to be the case. Lamar Jackson and the Bengals player Slayton, who will not be moving on, had it, and then the Niners cleaning up shop. Not the best performance from Purdy, but, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards. Sometimes it's all that matters. Get some touchdowns, some yards. Boom. As long as you're not turning the ball over, which, hey, we love to do that. Let's take a look at the team, though. The team is looking pretty good. I think injuries aren't necessarily a concern anymore. You got Faulkner back in the lineup. Stevenson is arguably healthy. These guys are constantly getting banged up, so how long will you have them for? I don't know. Defensively, of course, you have Uche and Ojulari, and there's really not a whole lot of excuses to be made. We'll have to take a look at the Houston Texans, see if they got any injuries since the last time we played them, which would have, of course, been through practice, or this last very game, which, Stingley, one more week. I'm not saying you throw him out there, but, come on, dude. Do you think that hand's good enough to go out there? You want to, maybe, please, just take one for the team? Losing Stingley to, not have him in the playoffs at all so far, it seems, not doing him any favors, especially against our wide receivers. Stingley would definitely change the game quite a bit. Could easily see us throwing a pick to him. CJ Stroud, almost a 99 overall. Very, good accuracy, basically 99 everything there. Throw power is good enough. Right out the gate, this Texans team, it looked really hard to stop. Then they fell off. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they can keep up that momentum. Dane, when he came in, made a couple of really big plays for them. They didn't play him that much after that, though. They really weren't running the ball that well, so they kind of stopped with it. Wide receivers Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Jonathan Mingo are, a serviceable bunch. Definitely feel like they could use a better number 2, unless they're putting Mingo at the number 2 spot, because Tank Dell definitely fits better in the slot, right? A smaller guy. He can definitely play outside, because he's shown it, but definitely better in the slot without a doubt. Schultz, serviceable, puts up numbers against us, but if they actually had a really athletic guy, could really do damage. Line is pretty good here. Left tackle, left guard, solid. Center is good enough. Right guard's very good. Right tackle, solid. Defensive line, Will Anderson, he's a problem. He's a force to be reckoned with. Kilgore, another guy that's, tough to stop, but not as fast, so hopefully you have a little bit more time to throw against him. The big problem with this team is DTs. Even if Carter's in there, it is not a good unit. It is a pretty weak unit. This is why you want to try to focus the run, but honestly, our offense just struggled in general against this team. You have Vasquez at the left outside linebacker spot. Very athletic middle linebacker, and Carr, middle linebacker, and then Christian Harris, who, of course, is their best linebacker by far. Cornerbacks, if not for Stingley being injured, arguably the best trio in the league. Lassiter and Cooper DeJean are very good on their own, but with Stingley out there, definitely a different situation. I would argue putting Lassiter in the slot, because he's a little bit on the slower side, would be a really good boundary corner spot, especially since you'd have 2 really high catching guys as well. Kalen Bullock, really, really solid free safety. And then, as with, most of the teams he's been on, Justin Reed's just good enough. Just good enough to get the job done as a starting safety. Also looking at the kicker punter, Riley Patterson, 92 kick power. It's good enough, but punting, 86. I mean, how many times do you even want to punt with this guy? I do wonder, though, has there ever been, kind of like a tactical punter? Maybe they're so confident, as you can see with that 5, ranked points per game, in their ability to move the ball, they're like, if we get a guy that literally maxes at 40 yards a punt, we can put him in a spot where he can kick it as hard as he can and get hang time and pin them every time. I don't know if that's really the thing. You'd probably want someone with just technical skill rather than, maxing out. But, there's something to think about. Of course, we're going to stop their medium attack, and then we're going to attack them in the run game. It doesn't seem, statistically, like they're that bad at it, but I just don't see how those DTs can get the job done. I know you have the linebackers, so if you got really good linebackers, you can make up for that. If you don't get the best push, as long as they're eating a body and the linebacker makes a good, angle, takes a good angle, you should have a good chance to stop the run. But those guys are so bad that even then, I don't even know if they're taking it, blocks. They're just going to get ran right over. For our only upgrade before we head into this game, it is Richard Falk, who actually played better than Drake May did in that Week 18 game. And we were kind of taking more shots than we were normally because, well, I don't care if we throw a pick. The game's over. We've won. We want to test out what can Falk do in those tough situations where, it's 3rd and 8. You got to, make a throw on the run, while pressured. Can he deliver? What can happen? Let's put him in those spots in case he is in those spots. And he delivered better than Drake May in a cleaner pocket, more anticipated fashion. So feel really good about Richard Falk if he had to come in, which, it's not foreshadowing. I've said this all season long, and he just hasn't had to because Drake May is that guy. But, let's head up against this Houston Texans team. We're at home, trying to win that three-peat, head to the championship round. One game at a time. Let's go. The question becomes, will there be snow? And if there is, do we want it to be? As, of course, we're a good run team, but our pass game is a little iffy at times, and snow is going to affect even the best of attacks. We're all human after all, and it seems to be perfectly fine. Of course, going to be a cold one that, Houston isn't necessarily used to, but at the same time, I don't expect these two teams to have any excuses. They go into this game, if they lose, it's because they weren't as good as the other team, simply put. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about that, though, and hopefully we're just looking at, okay, well, we've seen what happened last time. It's no surprise that it happened again. Obviously, we're healthier than last time as well, and will it be a good or a bad thing? Because obviously, Bates has had a really good time of it as the starter, going to someone a little bit slower, but more technical, definitely a better route runner. Is that going to be worse off for the offense or not? Because Bates has played really well, so going to pay attention to that situation. If Faulkner comes out slow, he's going to get less snaps than Bates. We're going to let the guy that's hot continue running. And as usual, here we go, kicking off first. I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? Like, these teams, they should know who we are. It has nothing to do. If anything, we should probably receive first because we don't play well on offense most of the game anyways, but other teams kind of start off hot against us. So maybe we should be receiving first. Maybe that actually result in a better outcome. Of course, CJ Stroud, no stranger to a good season. 36 touchdowns, 10 picks, 4,000 yards. A good one. Blitzing, it's been pretty good for us. Coverage has been so good that we've been able to kind of just get away with that kind of stuff as Tank Dell gets 3 yards right away. 13 yards. 3 is the number. Dalton Schultz, the superstar. Let's see if Collins can take care of him. As we're shifting a lot of players over, we're a little confused. It's actually Warmack that's on him. He'll be over there. Will he take him down? No, that'll be a first down. Can't believe they didn't give us the grab there. It's another 11-yarder. I mean, we knew this was going to happen, right? They're going to have a decent start. They always do. Is that Beasley against Collins? We're going to have to pay attention to this. I mean, he just kind of goes as underneath is open anyways, and a good tackle, but yet another first down. They're cheesing Collins. They put him in the slot a lot, and that's going to be in trouble for them, and that'll be picked off by Beasley. A force and a half, trying to cut it back, and Beasley get an okay little return to the 28. Hot start for the Texans, taken away by a very athletic middle linebacker playing like Frankenstein out there because that read was dead. Of course, now comes out Drake May, a guy that's not familiar with losing. Not always the best of seasons. 29 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, under 4,000 yards, but the guy's a winner, and that's all that matters. We said to focus on the inside run. They got a lot of players up, but I'm still going to focus on what we said we're going to focus on, as we're going to gain about 2 yards doing so. Not the best run look. Looking for that drag over the middle, potentially. As Drake May's going to get enough time to throw, and it's a perfect throw. Dropped by Patton. That is on the money and just straight up dropped. Can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing. The last time we had Patton dropping wide open passes in the playoffs, we almost lost, but he also came up with like the clutchest 4th down ever. It's a little late of a throw, but it's going to get in there, and Polk will not drop it. 20-yarder. So far, some pretty big-time throws from May, and, just let down by Patton on that last one. It's going to be a quick throw to Faulkner. Welcome back. 8 yards. Starting out heavy with the pass game because, look at this formation. I know we got 2 tight ends, but, they are ready to stop the run. But the blocking of Bates is amazing. Brooks almost completely catches the edge. This time we'll gain 17 and a huge one to the 25. Now that is a pretty good run. See if we have that RPO to Patton or if we're just going to have to hand it off. And they are on it. Good juke move by Brooks. We'll gain about 5. Kind of intersecting these. I don't know if I necessarily love it. I mean, it's going to be a tough one. We're going to force it. It's a tough catch. I mean, it's there. The route's there. Just really good coverage by Carr. All right, going to levels. Maybe could have ran it there because, we actually did have a pretty good run on the first one. Maybe overthinking a little bit on that. And he's going to get up on that, but not up on that quick enough as Patton will, or Polk anyways, will get the first down. I really wish you could do like sweeps and all that because I feel like it'd be a pretty good time running right to left on that sweep, but our guys never set the edge, and Brooks bounces it back inside for a gain of 6. I thought he was going to gain 2 or 3 again. Got a lot of tight ends over there. I don't see how they're covering this. Oh, because our left guard decided to double up. We get a yard on what should have been, honestly, a touchdown. Trust your man. Let him one-on-one. I mean, I can't have a free rusher in the backfield like that. And Faulkner, he's not that open. We're going to have to force it again. And he holds on! I don't know if that's a touchdown, but it's an amazing catch that'll set us up at the 1 if not. I mean, they were in really good coverage yet again on that play and across the field there. And we really had nowhere else to go with it. And Faulkner's like, oh yeah, does Bates do that? Well, he kind of does, but not as well as that, I don't think. I mean, looking across this play, I mean, where's the opening? There's no one open. Drake May has been delivering, mind you. And that's a perfect throw. An even better catch. I'm not really sure where they're saying this is a touchdown, so he's on the line. That's easily a touchdown, actually. That is an amazing start. Also, one of you guys asked about the sliders. I know we're kind of killing the immersion, but we'll show those at the end of this. Win or lose, we'll show them. Now, hear me out. I don't want them to score, but I kind of want a kick return. I feel like our kick return game is going to have a good one today, if it even has a chance, as every play besides the interception has been a first down from Houston. That's the type of game our defense plays sometimes, and it works. We're honestly getting cooked. If we're being real, we're getting cooked. Left the running back open for a good reason, and C.J. Stroud is just going to take a coverage. Uche with the sack. He has been great since being injured. This guy, we just need to, you hit him hard on the knee. He's out for a week, and then he's just going to go crazy. I mean, honestly, if it leads to him playing crazy football, do you not just injure him purposely? Just sit him. Maybe not injure him. Maybe just sit him. That might be a safer option. Pretty big play there to gain half of it. 3rd and 7 now. Sit him for a week, play him for 4. Sit him for a week, play him for 4. I don't know. I don't think it's really our problem, though, because I think we're going to lose him. We have no money. And that's going to be a pretty big play, but it's underthrown. Gonzalez gets the pick, and it's starting to look ugly. What a juke move to the 42-yard line. He has him. If he leads him to the end zone, he has a potential touchdown. Instead, Gonzalez is going to force the second pick of the game on CJ, and he's just, once again, facing against his kryptonite. Most teams have this kryptonite being the Patriots defense, but CJ Stroud specifically, most teams, they really haven't thrown those picks against us this year, but CJ is trying to change that. Houston putting us in the driver's seat already, so we're going to, I'm not saying play it safe, but we're going to look at all of our options. There goes Brooks showing off the speed, getting the edge for 9. They're going to mark him shy about a yard, which I kind of thought so too. I was being a little more generous with that 9, but there goes a very big runoff, and Brooks, another huge gainer to the 37, 7 for 52 so far. Stevenson is now in, and we're going to try to bounce it, and for a big power back to do that, it's not the best look, but there's nowhere else to go. They're only a yard. I'm going to go back to stick. I really wanted to run a stretch, but I think they're on it. I don't like it. Throw it away. That was scary. That was insanely scary. I was looking for the slant. The linebacker stepped out just enough to make me like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not throw a pick. And that screen pass is actually pretty good considering he's hit while he's throwing, and Brooks just couldn't get out there. It's going to be a longer field goal, 52, but Joey Sly's used to it with this team being just the way we are. So hopefully we do hit this. And, it looks pretty good to me. It is barely going to creep in there, but it will be good. 10-0. Definitely not the way we wanted to finish that drive, but, we ran the ball a little bit too much maybe, as it wasn't necessarily working. I say that, but it was just one bad run. Yeah, on that drive, I can see why we threw it 2 times after going, 1 yard on first down, but quick out, and this time, nowhere to go. That's, once again, I'm pretty sure, first non-first down besides the 2 picks. Those 2 picks are massive, so you can't be like, oh, well, just besides those 2 game-changing plays, just in general, it's just the way it is. Pretty much every play has been a first down. You give our defense a chance to take the ball away, they're going to do it. Warmack going against running back. If this guy's blocking, which he's not, we get blocked up. But Beasley doesn't, and that'll be a sack. Our own guy blocks us. If CJ ripped it to the running back, I know it's probably one of his last reads, but if he ripped it to running back right away, there's a first down and then some. End of the first, and just like last time, the Texans have basically no answers. 10-0. On the return goes Allen. He's a dangerous return, man. And there he goes. Big return on special teams as well. Spins inside past midfield. There's not really much going wrong with us today. Romello Brooks, 52 yards, 7.4 on a carry. But yes, looking at this front, I think we're going to throw the ball. And we will get that ball out cleanly to Douglas, who gets a lot more yards than I thought he was going to. I was getting ready. We were bracing, making sure he isn't going to fumble, and the block from Brooks is good enough to really, let's run through it. Nice play. Well, Anderson thankfully didn't look up. Run play, Brooks to the left. Guards on it. Unfortunately, the center gets beat, and we lose 2. They're starting to tighten up a little bit on the run defense. We'll have to go to Douglas again, who will get a lot of yards on that drag. It's been lethal, 13. Let's see what they got for us. Are they going to actually double up Patton here? They won't, which means that's a wide-open player who will score. I'm not sure who they have on him, but 1 is not enough, and man, not a hope in the world, and there goes Patton, making up for that drop tenfold. Touchdown Patriots again. Let's take a look. Who even is on him? I mean, he's torched. At first, it was an option route, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give him the slant. Not all slot corners are built the same. Marcellus Dial will show you that by covering Nico Collins perfectly so far all day on, well, Nico Collins. And really good tackle there by Beasley. Done a pretty good job so far when he's on him. Bringing the blitz, 2nd and 5, see what they got for us. Bringing the heat, and that could be a hold. Maybe a late hit on the quarterback, but could be a hold. No, it will be a late hit. That's a pretty big play for them. First down on top of another 15. Not a huge fan of that one, Barmore, but he's a defensive tackle. He's a big guy. It's hard to slow that momentum down sometimes. Gonzalez still in the zone. Trying to make that count if we can. And they're going to run the ball with pretty good blocking. Uche gets him from behind, but it's a gain of 6. Pause. Going to run the press. We got a lot of players. Well, I guess we're not pressing. Collins is not up. And there it is. Running backs uncovered, mind you. CJ Stroud panics, and Warmack, who's now injured, comes away with a sack with the rest of his team. Move over Gonzalez, move over Collins to help on, Collins. Try to swat, can't get it. It's a perfect throw to Nico, who I don't know if that was on Trenton or not, but got open, but pretty late. Still a massive first down as a torn labrum for Warmack. It looks like Bunk gets the start. Damn, that is like our best player. I mean, I think he's our best linebacker. Full star, double full star, left guard, right tackle. Like, there's just, I mean, Warmack is just an unbelievable athlete. He's just, even as I say that, he's underrated. I mean, he really is a cornerback playing linebacker. He's got the size of a big safety, and that is just perfect coverage. Good pressure by Cobb. That's a guy that's really on the come up as well. He's just been unblockable. Beasley back, got the running back, and I don't know who they're throwing that to. The tight end's open, and he throws it to Nico. Marcellus Dial is not to be played with. Collins stepping up. And that's going to be a screen pass. We're all over that, and he just throws away because he knows we are. That's going to be a pretty failed drive in the end, but they will get points. Give yourself a block if we can. Johnson will not do it. They will get on the board. And here goes Allen on the return. Pretty big return to the 33. Like I said, I feel like our return game is going to be solid, which the punt return was really good. Of course, Patton had that one drop, but a 20-yard touchdown on top of it. That is a trade-off we are absolutely willing to take. And they're in pretty good coverage. They're going to have to throw this to Patton. It's a little behind him, but he'll catch it, and he will have a lot of room. They got to get that slot guy off of him. They will lose if they don't. The one really good thing that I will say, though, is we already have more touchdowns passing than May did against them last time, so that's a good sign. I don't know if I could trust that throw up to Patton, so I was like, well, let's just get a first down, Yeah, I mean, they would have had a bait. At this point in time, you're like, okay, there is nobody covering Patton, and that corner Laster comes off of that. Would have been a bait. Really good find. I mean, maybe you have Polk, but that's a tough throw, dude. I mean, you have to throw that perfectly to the 10. You're up 14. You're in position to score. why would you risk it, you know? You don't need the big-time throw. If you need it, we'll try it, but we don't need it right now. Brooks breaks the ankles, another first down. He's also in the zone. We're not usually a first down screen team, so we're going to try one, which they are pretty on, but we get a pretty good set of blocks, which normally we don't, as Brooks falls forward on top of his own lineman for 10. Stevenson back in. We're going to throw this, but I kind of wanted to run it with Stevenson, who will fall forward with the help of his lineman for 6. Fake wide receiver run there as we get about a first down, little sweep action, little fake sweep. Throwing the ball from the 2-yard line. Pete Carroll would approve. And that's a wide open Patton, and it's not completed. Was that overthrown? I mean, it's overthrown, don't get me wrong, but like, he's not even jumping really, and he doesn't catch that. That is an unbelievable miss. Maybe we should go a little heavier than this, but the juke move of Brooks and our threat of a pass game is going to be enough, I think. Oh, what a move. That is, oh my. Carr has had a great game, and it's just, what can you do? The guy's in the zone. The jukes are crazy. He's got goal line back. He's maybe the most deadly running back in the goal line in the entire league. That's ridiculous. Like, how do you tell your guy to handle that in the future? You don't. You tell him, hey, just hope the running back isn't as elusive as that guy is. And they're going to throw it underneath. They're not really going to gain much, but they get a touchdown drive here. They can keep themselves in it. If not, though, this is looking even worse for them than that Week 18 game. Oh, McKenzie gets torched, but good tackle. Tank Dell has definitely been their best wide receiver. It's really not a player I would throw to on this team other than him. At this rate, Beasley going against him. Okay, we're going to have to basically shadow him. That might be on us. I can't really tell. Look like we caused that. Yep, Cobb, it's all right. Never going to fault a man for trying to time the snap. It's very important. You know, if he comes away with a sack, it's way better than, you know, that little loss of 5. Who cares? As Barmore is trying to make up for him. Huge hit by Dial. First down anyways, though. 24-3. 2-minute warning. Do you think the position groups do feel that way? Like if like an edge rusher makes a mistake, hits the quarterback later or something, you think the other edge rusher's like, okay, we got to make up for this. This is our job. You know, we're at the hip. I know our guys do, but I just wonder other teams. And Tank Dell went the wrong way there. Unless he's being told to try and clock this, which makes sense. Scoring a touchdown there would give us another chance to, you know, drive down the field, which we've done at a very high rate. Ojulari, maybe a spin move inside. It worked, but not enough time as Bunk tries to go for the strip. I mean, they got all the time in the world to throw, so they should not feel pressured from the 17-yard line. 50 seconds. Hook outside, Dials all over that. He'll catch it, but it'll be inches. And I'm not saying, you know, we're guaranteeing them to score here, but I think it's a win-win to go for a blitz. 43 seconds with 3 timeouts. We could definitely do some damage as they're going to throw the drag, and that's, you know, the worst outcome for us. They get the first down, but still not the touchdown. I know, I'm thinking about it way too deep. You know, you should just be thinking, okay, first things first, try to stop them. If you get the stop and you have time to score, go for it, but stopping them is all that really matters as Gamble is going to bring him down. They're going to call a timeout for us. CJ Stroud not looking too hot. You got the hard flats over there running deep with Beasley. He's actually going to take that underneath. And, I mean, I guess I'll call a timeout. Why not? We're going to give him the time to throw on this one. I'm going to man up on Nico, and everyone else can just be kind of cover 3. And Nico is going to open up the underneath for the running back. It's going to be to the 2-yard line. They're going to play it safe. I don't know. He got one timeout. I know it's 4th and goal, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what that timeout actually does for us, but for them anyways. But they're gonna kick it. 19 seconds left. I mean, we're probably gonna need a decent little return here for us to even consider. Yeah, we're not even gonna have a chance to consider going for this. We'll run it back just because our kick return game is crazy. But yeah, from the 20 specifically, we're gonna kneel it out. We're gonna go into halftime with an insane score. 24-6 is really good. Might be the first time we've kneeled before half in a long time. Finally playing some smart football. Normally we're trying to do too much and throw a pick or something, but that's how much trust we have in our offense that we can score from almost any situation. But with that little bit of time, that yard line, the odds aren't in our favor, right? Looking at a 30, 40-yard throw, get hit while we're throwing, it's just not good. Ravens, Raiders, of course, were before them, so really not much to see other than the highlights of the game, which there have been some highlights, mainly on our side. Not really flashy offensive plays, but some defensive plays in there. Some okay offensive plays as well, but more of an efficient game than a, gunslinger, big-time throw type of game. That's a really clutch catch, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's only one highlight for them. We're going to continue to try and run inside, and, I suppose, defend the medium passes. Everything's worked out well, so why change it? On the return is Harper, and maybe he should have made a decision to the 28. That, to me, was like the equivalency of being a goalkeeper on a penalty and not diving at one of the sides. Like, there's no way you're going to get lucky just sitting in the middle, It's just not going to happen. They're going to kick it off to the side somewhere. You got to commit. As I really wanted to run this play action back to Bates, but this left side looks free. And it is. Brooks, huge gainer. Look at the precision on the cut-up field, and he's having a great game. If they're not going to stop us, why am I going to stop us? Keep running the ball. We're off again. There's nobody on this side of the ball. As Brooks cuts it inside for almost a first down again. 100 on the day. Another injury for the Texans. Christian Harris, the linebacker. Both of us losing linebackers in this one. And so far, this is the type of drive that wins you games. They're already in a really bad spot. 2nd and 1. Good blocking again. Brooks, tons of room. Breaks outside. Stiff arm. Doesn't even get tackled. He's down to the 14. And, of course, an injury for Faulkner. The injury is starting to pile up a little bit. And this time we're actually going to hand off that sweep as Douglas actually falls forward pretty nicely, but there's going to be a flag on the play. Looks to be a holding call as it's coming back. Not a big gainer, but still better than a hold. That's the thing, though. With some of these out-of-bounds plays and injuries and timeouts and whatnot, the clock's barely moving, which is worrisome, as Brooks is going to get no help from the receiver Patton out there. He gains 3. Turf toe, that might be the season. Turf toe is so random. You might get 1 week, you might get 5, so we'll see what happens, but not super optimistic about it. We're going to have to force this one in there, and that is just not a great position play by Patton. If Patton bodies up there, he actually uses his frame to kind of shield off the defender, you might get a catch in front of him. Instead, he kind of waits for the ball. We should have taken that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Bates is in for the first down of the 2. Got the fullback on the lead. Could it be a fullback dive when it's the running back? It's going to be done, though. It's going to be the handoff, who is going to fall down to the 1. Let's hurry up to the line, see what we got. I want to do strong toss so bad because it'd be funny, but now we're going to go back to the fullback, and we get him again. Touchdown. I think that also is affecting the play, is Brooks being back there as the goal line. We're still getting the blocks of Brooks, even if he's not the one carrying the ball, because it looked like he lit up, which is why, we just buried them. Done, touchdown, and honestly, I think the Texans are done. I truly think this extra point puts the game away. And we will hit it, so, that is a tough beat. 31-6, we'll see. And they're going to be doing so from the 20-yard line. Not a great starting field position either. And they're going to throw it to the outside. They're going to get some yards, but this has to be a touchdown drive. For their sake, thankfully, it's the game's still pretty long. Once again, that drive, it was a long one, but all the timeouts because of injury and all that. Big run for Pierce, I think it is, who gets a nice stiff arm and is still running to the 46. Big play for the Texans. But yeah, without those stoppages, they're looking at even less time. We had a really long drive. There's going to be a quick throw to the outside, a little bit of a floater, but gets it to him for 7. Come with the mad blitz. Beasley's covered in the tight end now. Get out of the way, please. He's going to take off. Oh, C.J. Stroud is hurt. Or do they put him in for a run? When did C.J. Stroud get hurt? Is that why they're actually playing well now? Trey Lance has got him cooking. It's really not done much. Yeah, I can see why that throw power is low. ACL sprain out for the game. Wow. We're coming in hard with the blitz. Trey Lance just doesn't have the juice. Can Simpson go over there, though? Bringing the heat. They pick it up pretty well, actually. And a diving miss by Taron Johnson is going to get the Texans on the board. Their offensive line picked up the blitz pretty well. And then Taron Johnson just not finishing the play. I get it. He gets that swat. That's insane, but oof. Can't take it too lightly. Got to be careful. Do not want them to have some sort of comeback chance with a different quarterback we haven't prepped for. Really good return for Allen to the 31. But yeah, we had that blitz because we thought, you know, we could put him away with a sack, pressure him, make it hard on him. But we've learned our lesson. Brooks actually loses in the zone too. But, you know, play for the win. Back him up. Just make him earn it. Make him earn it. The longer it takes, the better it is for us. And he's not out of the zone. Do you have an ability to, like, keep him in the zone? And we're going to take the sack. All right, Houston's got life. I mean, there's nowhere to throw it at this point, and they're just there. Like, if I throw to Douglas here, we get in a little bit, but if we can hold it for even a second longer, we're looking at Patton, Douglas, one of them for potentially a first down. Last screen we ran didn't work out. Let's see if we can get it off this time. I just want it to at least be completed. Thank you. We're not going to have the blocks, but he's going to try. He's going to get a lot of it, but, yeah, half of what we needed, punt. Let me kick this thing deep. Hopefully our guys get off the blocks. There you go. Both of them do. Perfect. Dial is up in there as usual. And he's got nowhere to go. Good job. To the 21. Long drive coming up. Trey Lance, though. 6 for 7, 60 yards and a touchdown. I mean, I'm sure we're going to, you know, pick him off or something soon. But if he makes this close, do they have a conversation to be had? I'm just saying. It's the playoffs. It's the biggest game of the year. Most important time. If your quarterback's being outperformed by a backup, I don't know what to tell you. As they're going to run the ball and get blasted for 4. Collins this season has really stepped up as a tackler. It's shown week in and week out. Oh, Nico with the fake out. I thought he was going to go inside. And as I say that, he misses the tackle on Collins. Oh, God. Sure glad we gave him that praise. Oh, that's funny. He's going to throw it underneath. Huge hit. Miss again. Can we please tackle them? Fourth quarter, but they've got life. And hell, if I'm them, I don't even take this to fourth quarter. I hike this ball. And for some reason, they're not going to. I don't know how much time they think they have, but yeah, apparently all the time in the world. 31-13, but once again, this is starting to fall apart a little bit here. And I think we did it the right way, too. You know, you run the ball, we lose a yard, 2nd and 11, maybe you could have ran the ball again, but then you throw it, doesn't work out. Oh, that could be picked. Oh, my. That's a first down. Oh, wow. There's no way we're about to lose to the freaking Trey Lance Texans after beating up on the C.J. Stroud Texans. No way. I refuse to believe it. And pretty good D. We will force a stop. Finally, you know, a little momentum killer. Maybe not killer, but slower maybe would be the better argument. Me stepping in with Trenton, who overruns, but he had to. Force the ball back inside. Dane, I think, on the run. Okay, bringing a rusher off the edge. Going to drop Simpson back hard. See if we can't get off the field without giving him a touchdown. Quick out, running back's open. Huge hit, knocked out. We just saved a massive play with Trenton. We covered the out, then came back in, knocked the ball out. It's 4th and 7. They're kicking a field goal. I get it. You're cutting the deficit, but they really probably need a touchdown there. They'll hit it, though. They cut it to 2 possession. Let Trey Lance cook. I mean, we shouldn't let him, but for them, they should. Harper, nice little return to the 33. See if that guard wants to pull into a right position. And we're going to try to cut it back in. It can't get there. We lose a yard. Definitely out of the zone this time. Another injury for the Texans. I really don't know how they've gotten into this, like, this momentum streak. As Drake May will definitely kill it now. Drake May's fast, not fast enough. To the 49-yard line. Huge scramble. The fact that we did it past Anderson as well is really impressive. Play action Bates. Might have been someone else open, but I'll take that first down every day of the week to the 32. All right, back on our conservative grind. We're in field goal position. Put him back down. 3 possessions. Really just hit a field goal. You win the game, probably. Cutting back and forth, gaining 2. And now Patton's injured. Going to the locker room. So, yeah, sure, we look like we're probably going to hold on. Maybe a little bit of a scare, but what will be left of us? It's like damn Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What's left of them? What do we even have left? Unbelievable game by Brooks, by the way. Little dive for Stevenson. Not going to get the blocks he's used to. Gains about a yard. Dislocated shoulder for Patton. That could be another, you know, long term. It should be. Going back to the dive, running it left. And Stevenson will get some blocks for about 3. Again, we know the situation. No throwing. Just as long as you don't fumble. Hit a field goal, the game's over. And Brooks makes it even harder for them as he gets a first down anyways. Clock is running away. Brooks, look at the speed. Ends up not getting it, but what a hell of a run attempt. One could argue at this point, though, if a touchdown that quick actually is worse than, another 2 failed runs into a field goal. They really want us to throw this ball, but, why? Just give me the field goal and we win the game. It's over. Our own lineman blocks us. We're going to have a chance one-on-one across the face. Chip shot field goal right down the middle for the win. And there she is. Trey Lance gave him a little bit of life, but yeah, it's over. And on the drive following, they're looking at a 4th and 14. Can't get off the block. He actually does get him. That could be a hold, though. And Collins is short anyways, so no matter what this is, unless it's on, a late hit, the game will be won right there. Of course, you turn that down over, and game's over. I really wish we could just kneel it all the way out. I don't really want anyone to get injured, but I also don't want the defense out there again. And there goes Brooks fumbling. Get that out of your system, why don't you? Oh, they actually recovered it. Okay, they're booth reviewing it anyways, but I thought we got it, but no, they did. Now the fun begins. You get all the backups in for the most part. Probably should have threw the backup line in there as well. Brown showing off speed. Not quite enough, though. We did put in the backups at left tackle, center, and right tackle, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, I let it go, and he still just... I forgot I'm used to a little different game I played. Middlebrooks, the big fella, 4th and 5. Why not try to convert it, end the game here? Wide open running back, and there goes Brown. First down, game over. And there you have it, 34-16. We took care of business, doubling their score, and then some, having a good one. Couple injuries, though, unfortunately, that could be long-term and will affect us. Losing Patton is massive. These receivers, they can't stay healthy. It's unfortunate. I don't know why they're always hurt, but they are. Our skill position guys are just always hurt. Patton had a really big game today, and, it's just another injury for him. Obviously, scoreline not as high as last time we played them, but, the defense didn't really come away with those really big pick-6 type plays. And then, of course, on offense, we played it smart. We ran the ball a lot because they, A, were giving it to us, and then, B, their offense wasn't scoring much. So it's like, why not try to just waste the clock? If their offense isn't going to score, why are we forcing it, Trey Lance, outplayed C.J. Stroud. Perfect game, just low volume. It is what it is. Who cares? Brooks, yards per carry took a hit near the end, but obviously an unbelievable game. 158 yards with a touchdown. Stevenson, not so good. Done with a touchdown. Receivers, Collins and Dell were better than our guys, but we did what we had to win, right? 42 yards and a touchdown for Patton. Really big play for that touchdown. Looking at the sacks, 1 for Barmore, Gamble, Uche, Beasley, Ojulari, half for 2 of their guys. Picks, Gonzalez with 1, 2 for Beasley. I don't even remember the second one. I don't know, but we'll take it as we are going to win with ease against the Houston Texans, headed on to the championship round. So C.J. Stroud got hurt, here, huh? He got hurt on this sack, I think. So he actually was, okay, I didn't know. I thought he was just kind of slow to get up, but yeah, he was actually hurt. Oh, Patton's got a freaking, wait, is he actually not injured? Oh, did we avoid injury with a dislocated shoulder? I mean, get it, it's more a common dislocation than, an elbow, but, we might have dodged a massive bullet here. D. Patton with an upgrade. We'll have to take a look in a moment. 5 to carrying, 2 to trucking, 2 to juke move, 1 to medium, and 2 deep routes, 1 to catching, 1 to short route, 1 to release. Bunch of different random upgrades in there. He's so damn good. It seems like we've avoided the injury. Of course, Faulkner definitely not. He is done. He is probably done for the season. No, he's fine too. Obviously, we lose Warmack, but really? So we're just chilling. 2 seemingly long-term injuries, perfectly fine. Warmack, yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate, but all right. So we dodged crazy bullets there as we win the game 34-16, and we're headed on to the championship round. Who are we going against? I don't know. Who do we want to go against? Definitely the Raiders. That Ravens run game, their read option with Lamar. it's scary. We're a really good run defense, but Lamar Jackson's another breed, so I would definitely rather have the Raiders, I think, unless they'd change their team around way better than I thought they ever could, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Let's take a look at those sliders that I did promise to take a look at. These are what we're rocking. This is the challenge we have for ourselves. Injuries, 20, all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays. For not Madden content, should have had a Batman video up probably yesterday. And then today, I don't know when, if it already came out or will come out. We will also have one more video in general, and then a members-only rebuild with a regular rebuild tomorrow. So a lot of content coming. Appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully come back for next video, but until next video, see ya. And once again, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you a ton. And brand new member, Thrashifice, it kind of became a member at the wrong time. Well, I mean, it's never a wrong time to become a member, but missed him on the end card of our latest video. And because there's a little bit of a gap between videos, it's been a little bit before he's on that end card. But appreciate you a ton. Appreciate all of you guys for being members. And yeah, like I talked about, that members only rebuild, if it didn't come out already today, it will be coming out a little bit later today. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's about it. Appreciate y'all for watching, member or not, and see ya.